Hi you guys! I am going to be sharing a few of the reflexology techniques that I learned when I was in massage school. I was a massage therapist for about 11 and a half years total. Reflexology is actually one of my very favorites along with aromatherapy. So I am going to be using some of our magnesium sticks and just showing you some reflexology techniques that hopefully you can find beneficial as well. And I actually found this. This is just an essential oils book. In this is a diagram of the reflexology point. When you're looking at, especially the bottoms of the feet, this is a mirror image of your body. So the reflex points on the feet sort of correspond to the shape of the body. The feet have the largest pores, so the absorption rate on your feet is the best. Not to mention the nerve endings that are at the bottoms of our feet too. So I'm gonna try to zoom in on my foot and sort of guide you through some of the areas that would be helpful using some of our magnesium sticks. Okay, so this is my right foot. So when you're looking at your foot, you're always envisioning your spine going up the inside. So whenever you are picturing along your spine, especially right down here along like where your heel, where it starts to turn into the ball of your heel here, that's going to be your lower back and then down into the sciatic area. I start with a lotion. I'm going to use our peppermint magnesium lotion. I'm just going to do a little squirt. It's just one foot for now. And I just start by rubbing it all over my foot. And in the massage world, this is just a way of saying hello to the area. And then whenever you're finished, you will say goodbye to the area. For those of you who may be pregnant or trying to get pregnant, or even if you are experiencing your cycle, you may be really sensitive along your ankle bone and below it, and then across the top of the foot, because this is a lot of the reproductive organs and the fallopian tubes there. So sometimes there may be some extra sensitivity on this inner ankle and the outer as well. And that's also an area that we are taught to avoid during the first trimester because everything can be really sensitive. So since it is allergy season and a lot of us are experiencing allergies in some way, I use the allergy stick on the very tips of the toes. So I'm just gonna apply the very tips of my toes. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to roll just the top. It doesn't have to be a lot of pressure. The interesting thing about this, if you are someone that experiences allergies, then maybe a little bit tender, and especially in the larger toe, you may actually feel a little bit of crunching. That is what the massage is doing, is to break that up. In the very center of the big toe, that is an area where you can kind of just press and hold. That is the pituitary gland. Rubbing along the big toe can really help to sort of even out hormonal imbalance. The blue stick is our most popular stick, and the Magnesium Plus is a headache essential oil blend inside. So I'm going to use that along the top of the ball of my foot, just at the base of my toes. And that is your throat and neck. Right along here is your neck and your throat here. So the big toe actually symbolizes more of your head and your brain, like with the pituitary gland in your brain. So envision this as your neck and shoulders. and along here is your shoulders and throat. So using a magnesium stick like this one with the headache essential oil blend can really help to ease any of the tension that you may have in your shoulders and neck there. Back to the allergy stick, because if you go straight down in between your large toe and your second toe, if you go straight down into this sort of crease that you can feel, this and under your second toe, this is your lung area. So when you're experiencing like a cold or, like I said, allergies, and you're really having a hard time, you know, kind of phlegmy or coughing up a lot of junk, you can really massage in there and get that loosened up. Like I said, you're envisioning your spine coming down along the inside of your foot here. Along here is like your low back. So we'll go ahead and use Magnesium Plus Headache Blend. It's also a muscle relief, so you can go along there. But it's also, Reflexology is not just a mirror image of your body, it's actually a mirror image of your internal organs as well. So when you're doing along here, along your lower body, you can also picture like your small intestine actually comes, when you're picturing it, you want to go in a clockwise motion. You don't ever want to make a circle when you're trying to do anything that has to do with digestion, because it actually attaches from one foot across to the other foot. And that is loosening up, like bowels, if you're having constipation or diarrhea issues. So that can help with that. Up sort of right in the middle of the right foot is the stomach. So rubbing the bottom of your feet can help with tummy aches. So I'm actually going to go ahead and finish off with the magnesium lotion again and just sort of do kind of a once over, focusing a lot on this center area. But isn't it interesting that doing a massage on your foot or on your feet can actually be just as beneficial as a full body massage? So don't forget about the other side, like off your toes here, along there. That is a continuation of your throat, bronchioles. It feels so good. I can really feel stuff loosening up. And of course, the absorption rate in the bottoms of our feet is so good because of the nerve endings and the large pores. And your feet and your hands both mirror your body in reflexology. However, our hands are less, well, first of all, they're smaller, so the areas are a little bit smaller to navigate, but they're also not as sensitive as the bottoms of our feet because we're just always using our hands. But like I did with the sinus areas, you can also take the allergy stick and do the tips of your fingers and just sort of rub the tips of your fingers together. And that will give you some allergy relief as well. You've probably heard people saying, like, when you have a headache, you should squeeze in this center meaty part between your thumb and your finger. Well, that's exactly what we're doing right here. So this area is essentially this area. So let me just switch really quick. I'm going to just even myself out here and do my left foot. I just am going to wake it up a little bit. On the right side, this center, sort of the arch of your foot, is the stomach area, and on your left foot, it is the liver and gallbladder. Down the middle towards the far side here is your liver and gallbladder. If you like massage, then you usually like a foot massage, unless you're really, really ticklish. But it feels good because it's massaging areas that wouldn't necessarily get massaged. One thing that I love is when massage my heel. You can take your heel in or your hands in a cupped motion and sort of squeeze the heel. Like that. The heel is also the glute area, and it just feels so good to me. That's one of the largest muscles in the body, and it does not get massaged like it should, right? We are finished. Thank you guys for joining me for a little bit of reflexology. I hope it was beneficial. I hope you were able to join in a little bit, and maybe you learned something. Maybe you got a few minutes of a good foot rub, if nothing else. Thanks for joining. Bye.